I'm going to show you how to use mGear. mGear is a plugin for Maya, so you can just download it. Maya mGear from this address. So it's free. So just add 0, give your email address, and just download it. And how to install it? It's very easy. Just look at the installation video. So there are three ways of installing mGear. You see this one, installation for 7 months ago, and then there's two alternative installation. So basically what you have to do, you just have to type in, so you just copy your files in somewhere. So I have copied my files into this folder, Maya 2018 and module, and then you add into Maya environment, you open it with a text editor. So this is just basically a text editor, and then you add this Maya module path equal to the address. That's it. So then when you open Maya, it pops up. Just watch those videos for installation. But now how to use it? We have a character, this character, yes, there it is. It's been rigged using Maya quick rig human IK, but I'm going to rig it with just the so that's why I delete everything except the model, and I call that character. Okay, so mGear is like any other auto rig system. It gives you a guide rig. So the character is locked, which is good. The transparency is animated. I'm gonna break. Okay, so this is the character we're going to rig. I am going to open that lock. Yep, all good. Everything good. Make sure that you go edit, delete by type history, delete the model history, and also if these are not 0, go to the modify and freeze transformations. Then your transformation and scale information, they all become 0 and 1. Now we're ready. Go to the mGear and then go to the shifter. You have, so let's load the mGear. I'm gonna load the guides GUI. So this is mGear's GUI or interface. So you can add the different pieces of the body, like leg, 3 joint leg, or a chain, a light chain, or a mouth, or a. You can add them one by one and then build from selection. Build your rig, build a custom rig based on what you need. Or you can import a biped guide rig. So there's one biped and there's a quadruped. Two pre-rigged structure is there. You just import one of them. So I import biped guide. So you see that it's too large. So you can just adjust it to the size you want. And then you start position it to the way you want. So the first thing that you position, you know that, is the pelvis. So I grab the pelvis. Maybe the scaling is fine, not. So let me just adjust the scaling first. Scaling, yeah. Maybe, the distance between two legs, a proper pelvis, yeah. This should be fine. And the hand and everything, yeah. This should be fine. So I grab the pelvis. I'm going to add, let me delete these layers. I'm going to add the body into a display layer, but type here body layer, save, and then make it as maybe T as a template, so it doesn't distract us. So I move the pelvis down. Just select the pelvis, move it down. You can go to the front view, move it in a right position. I delete one part of the body, and whatever I do on this part, so you see that whatever you do here, you just need to duplicate symmetry and everything gets duplicated on the other side. So basically you just have to, okay, I keep that clavicle joint over there. Oh, basically I can delete that as well. I can delete from the shoulder up to the end. So, and then duplicate symmetry, just this part. So I start positioning one leg. So this is hip. This is the knee. There's too much rotation here. What I do, I just yeah, instead of rotating, I'd better like move it around. This is knee, yes, and that is the foot, root. So maybe we just grab that one, click on that, move it up. So you see that there is a very good indicator of like your out pivot and your inner pivot. You can just position them where you want. The foot has no toe, so what I do, so this is like different toes. I can keep them, I don't know, I just keep them. I just position them here, and this is the foot direction. So yeah, position it that. This is our root, and this is the this is where the interface UI for the foot will be built. So I position it somewhere that I would be able to see it properly, somewhere here. Now you can. Now it's time to position the spine. So you move that around until you see that the neck resides where it should be. So this is when you click that, it says neck. So you see that it's where it should be. So I move that. You see that I work hierarchical. You know, I position things from the root, and then the pelvis, and then the legs, and then now the spine, and then the arm. So this shoulder should be here. That arm should be here and should be rotated up to like here around. Position the elbow where it should be, in the middle. Okay, so from top we see that we need to reposition them. And for the hand, so you see that I don't have too much of detail for the hand, so I just got a this what's that one in the middle, the red one. Okay, that's all the hands together, so meta root. So let's bring them up. Okay, and then we got just a thumb. I bring it up and rotate it in a way it gets positioned. Okay, the thumb is there. Maybe, what's that? That's the arm effector. It should stay there. But I don't need this finger. I don't need that one as well. I just need one of them. Maybe I get rid of this as well, and I keep this one there. Okay, this is the UI of the hand. The hand. So I position it somewhere that is needed and would be visible from everywhere. So the arm is positioned properly. So what's that? That should be the mouth. That's tongue. Yeah, you see that. We have neck. So we've done arm. So we have to just position neck properly, right in the middle of the neck. And that's the neck first joint, and that's the neck end joint. What about that? No, that's the end joint of the neck. So just move that here. We don't have a mouth or a tongue, so I just delete that. What are these? Mouth, lip, below. Just delete them. You can find them here. This is called mouth CO. I just delete that. I don't need it. For the eyes, do you have your eyes as 2D eyes? Are they 2D eyes, texture, or you don't have any eyes? Okay, so the character has no eyes. So what I would do, I just delete those eye roots as well. We don't need them. So this is the UI for the spine. So I'd rather to position it somewhere around here. So because they are related to the spine. The UI, it adds a curve that you select that curve and some attributes pops out. So this is the neck effector, and that is the head face UI. So just put it right up. You can put it this one up as well, the end of the head. Okay, I think we should be fine. I just duplicate symmetry, the shoulder and the legs, duplicate symmetry. Okay, our guides are ready. Now you just have to build from selection. You just select your guides. You save as a new scene. I just call that, I save it on my desktop because I don't want to give it to you. You have to do it by yourself. Okay, test mGear. You select the, you save it as a new version. Just do it all the time because it may break. Yeah, just go and build from selection. And you see that starts thinking, blinking, and doing the calculations and stuff. And at the end, it gives you a very nice and neat rig. Oh. With lots of joints, very massive joints. So it's because our character was too tiny. So you just go to the display, animation, joint size, lower it down, maybe, yeah. Mm, 5. 5 is good. Okay. So we have the rig ready now, but the controllers are not at the size that we want. So this, let's say this main controller is too large. So I just right click control, and you have to select them individually, and by changing the control points, you have to there's something wrong. I'm gonna save that. It doesn't let me. Okay, I'm going to pause and reopen Maya. Okay, as I said, you select the curve that you want to readjust, control curve, select the pieces. I hope it doesn't. Come on. Double click on that, reset it, reset the tool. When it happens, reset your tool. Just double click on that and reset your tool. Hope it works now. Yes, okay. So now I adjust the, so let's say this is the head. So I just right click, object mode. These are the handles that you have. You select them. Okay, so you just need to hide the joints. Select that. For the head, so what you can do, you can just turn this on, R, and press 5, and just look at that. You see that some controllers are inside the body. You don't want it. So let's say for the head, it's inside the head. Controller, and just select them. Press R. Scale it out of the head. And then, okay, for the hands, you see that we have lots of beautiful FK. So I select them from the end, and then right click control curve, select the control curve, scale it up, press 5. So I like to see that out of the body. Yeah. And for the fingers, you see that. Okay. So this one, I think the end of this one is W object here, and then the fingers. So this is what you wanted. You wanted a FK. You see, you have FK here. The other one, the human IK doesn't provide you FK at this place. So you see that for the fingers we have our word, no, object, yes. You can rotate that. So yeah, basically you have to go over and fix every one of them one by one. So let's say these ones for the spine and that one. Just grab control curves, scale it up so you would be able to see it from out of the body. So they have to just be adjusted to adjust the body. So like these ones. Okay, hold control and just click here and just adjust it. This one. Oops. Okay. Okay. Now once you've done, I just assume that I go through and do every one of them so you get a very proper, nice setup at the end. Once everything is finished, just select your rig. So first of all, click here. There is a set created, and it's called Rig Deformers Group. Just click on that and press up arrow. Basically, it selects all the joints that needs to be rigged, needs to be added for the skinning. So select Rig Deformers, press up arrow, and then shift select your model or models pieces, and then go to the rigging, skin, bind the skin, and go to the options and select geodesic. So skinning method, no, not that one. Skinning bind method, geodesic voxel, and yeah, and maybe dual quad. This dual quaternion, which is a really so the calculation just takes too long. I just select a simple geodesic voxel and then bind. So you got your rig with a very it's a really cool and nice rigging structure. So it has everything that you need. It has all the FK, IK, and you got this you got the scaling of the body, and so like all this beautiful squash and stretch. You don't need the guides anymore. So you see that the guides are over there yet. So just click that and you can delete it. And it gives you a UI. So mGear shifted, no, what was that? The animation, and it's called Synoptic. And this UI is very good for animating. So you just like reset all the reset to bind pose. It goes back to the bind pose. If you just do some, let's say, I'm going to turn off the masking here. Okay. If you just like do a positioning in your character, you can flip it. Let's say you select that part and just say mirror or flip the pose. Yay. So the pose gets flipped, or you can mirror the pose. I should have selected all those. So just mirrored. So you can select the pieces that you have changed. Oops. And then flip the pose or mirror the pose. Go back to the bind pose. You can. There's a lot of like selection tools. So like you want to animate the leg. Just click on that. Press R and start. I don't know why it's not working. Because it's not on FK. The leg is on IK. So that's why I click here and I start to move around. So it provides you lots of nice tools. So just use it. And there's like a very good, it has a very useful piece that is called, let me show you, mGear Guides UI. It's called Chain. This is an interactive rig. So when you create a chain, I'm going to delete that. So when we add a chain, like 4 joints, and you add it. So it asks you about index, center, and all the information, and component setting, FK, IK, and that chain can be dynamic. Chain spring, sorry, not that one, but this one, chain spring. So it's like 5 joints, and spacing is 1, direction on X. So when you create that, yeah, that's good. And then you create a build, so you add it to your rig. It has a dynamic feature to it, so I'm going to delete the guides. So let's say you add a keyframe here, and then you move it up, add another keyframe. Oh, why it's not reacting? Chain spring. Spring chain intensity 0. I make it like 1. You see, look at that tail. So it's a very good. You see that there's like there's a dynamic. So have you seen the manga characters with the hair that moves around interactively? So you can use this for that type of, for the tail or stuff like that. You see that with an animation, an automatic. So I'm gonna make it lower. With an animation, an automatic dynamic is added. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's how to use mGear for a quick rig.